Welcome back to another episode of the Harrogate RTG Career Mode here on FC25, where it is the start of Season 4, where we are in the EFL Championship. We have been promoted up from League 1 after the second season of being in there, and the second season of being in the playoffs in League 1, where we actually kind of bottled automatic promotion towards the later end of the season. We didn't bottle the playoffs, thankfully. We kind of recouped and got back together and was able to win League 1 playoffs, taking down... I forgot who we took down at the end there. Wow, it's been a couple days since recording. However, what I did notice at the end of last season was that Manchester United was on 0 wins, 0 draws, and 38 losses into the Premier League, meaning they would have got relegated down to the Championship. I was going to try and fix that, and in fact I did try and fix that because I think that was a bug, and I think actually I don't think it was a bug at all. I think it was my fault, because when my game crashed, I tried to replicate all the FA Cup games, and I think instead of replicating just the FA Cup games with Manchester City in that, what you can do is kind of tell on this live editor here. If I quickly just go to a random club, let's just go to Bolton Wanderers, you can do here like this match fixing. If you, instead of going to fixtures and then trying to do trying to fix the game here so it's correct into what it was when the game crashed. I think I did here and did ref dislikes and allowed them to score or get 3 goals scored on them, and obviously being the only one there, they were obviously priority number 1 of the game. So I think that's what happened with Manchester City, and unfortunately I couldn't fix it because my auto save point was towards the end of the season, and once it plays the 38 games, that is fully hard coded in the game, and you can't change that at all at the end of the season. So Manchester City are down in the championship. So technically, if you really want to be about it, there's 23 teams in the championship because Manchester City are going to absolutely run the floor. I don't expect them to lose a single game here unless they lose some crazy players, but Manchester City are in the thing. This is a user error, unfortunately for me. I don't expect myself to be anywhere near the playoffs this season, so it's not going to really mean much to me. It's going to mean something to some of these other clubs, unfortunately, like Burnley, who's been trying to get out of the championship for a while now. I feel sorry for them. Now, what did happen is that I already did record a little bit of this off camera. Well, I recorded, but I didn't really talk over it, like doing some transfers. I will show you all those in a second. But obviously, being up in the championship, it means now. Being up in the championship with our rules, it means that we can go European and Commonwealth. At first, I read it as just Commonwealth for myself, so that is why we have obviously England, because England is Commonwealth and England is here. We have England for 3 months for a right wing striker and left wing for youth academy. We go to Lesotho, who is a Commonwealth country in my little Commonwealth list that I found. So they are gonna get scouted here. The African nation, right back, center back, and left back. And then Canada is also a Commonwealth country as well, according to the website I found. With the Commonwealth countries is CDM, CM, and CAM. This was before I noticed that I also could sign European, so like French and stuff like that. So I'm glad I only did 3 months, because we'll go France, we'll go Germany, and to be honest, more than likely I'm just gonna end up signing whoever I want to sign. To be completely honest, I'm just gonna sign whoever I want to sign. I did push a youth academy result already, and there's this Mythikalulu guy that is half decent. There is Hodges, who's half decent, and Brown, who's probably the best. Joseph Brown. Obviously, remember Corbin, I cannot sign at all, and in fact, he's 18. If I can kind of change that and make him 15, I will. That way I can keep playing him in these youth academy tournaments on the off chance I ever want to play a youth academy tournament in there. Now, going on to what we have done already in this transfer window, we started off with roughly 2 million in our budget. And obviously, we are going to have to spend some of that and hopefully improve on the squad. We did end up going into the season with only 18 players, so we need to fill out the squad massively. So we start off by bringing in Khan Özkan, who is a right back from a free agent, 67 overall. Our max rating that we can sign, by the way, is 70, with the cap being 70 thanks to Sonny Cox and Castledine. So Özkan, 67 overall. He is a very decent right back. He'll be our starting right back. We've been playing with Asade and Sims for literally since day 1, and it's time to possibly switch that up and maybe have a better right back up into the championship. We find Alex Hope here, who is actually not a Saka pre-gen like I thought he was. He is close to being a Saka pre-gen, but he doesn't have the right wing, right mid. He only has right wing, so I'm not quite sure who he's a pre-gen in, because he's definitely a pre-gen to someone. Not quite sure though. We bring him in on loan for the season. 70 overall. He was actually 69 when we brought him in. We have simulated 2 weeks and he's already up to 70. So yeah, there is that. He has, I mean, look at his stats: agility 89, 87 long pass, 83 strength, 82 shot power. He's a decent little baller that we are going to have fun using with this season. We go ahead and sell Tom O'Reilly over to Radikal. We've been trying to sell him, to be honest, for a while now. It wasn't part of our plans at all last season. We just simply couldn't sell him last season because of his wages was too high. We finally were able to sell him in championship where wages are kind of meant to be in those 20,000 ranges. And you can see now his wages is down to 5,000. So we were technically overpaying him 15,000 when we brought him in from Austin Villa, but that's what I had to do to bring him in. And honestly, it was a failed signing. So $1 million for him. We did technically make profit on him because I think we only bought him for around 800K. We go ahead and loan out Jesse Bullock again. He's off to Germany for the season at Magdeburg. He is going to look to grow. He didn't grow at all last season, so if he doesn't grow this season, he is going to be on the chopping block to leave the club for good, but we'll give him one more year to possibly grow. We go ahead and bring back Bobby Poynton. Bobby Poynton was here in Season 2, I believe. He was a loanee. We bring him in on a permanent now. Welcome back to the club, Mr. Bobby Poynton. We are going back to a winger formation, if you can't tell. We're going to a 4-3-3 attack. I don't think the 4-1-2-1-2 is going to work in championship, and quite honestly, I just wasn't having fun with it, to be honest, towards the end there. So 4-3-3 attack is on the wings we go, and Bobby Poynton and Alex Hope is going to lead those lines. So Bobby Poynton, welcome back to Harrogate Town. Now, we did go ahead and get a Youth Academy player that we did instantly promote from Lesotho in our instant report, and we loaned him out. Maccabi, who is obviously, I think, 61 to, I think his potential was, or his overall was like 64, not 64, was 61 to 70, and then his potential was 76 to 80 exactly. And obviously with 70 being our higher cap, 10 above that is 80, so we go ahead and bring him in, and we instantly kind of just called him up and loaned him out, and he's off now to Sarmiento for where hopefully he can go for a season and maybe come back next season and obviously replace Alex Hope as he's just a loanee, and then we can go from there. We say hello to Max Anderson, a center midfielder who just looks brilliant on the ball. We obviously are losing likes of Tommy O'Reilly. We are losing possibly Ben Fox. We lost Cornelius, and we're not really technically losing Ben Fox, but he is on the chopping block. And Max Anderson is going to fit that role perfectly. If I could show you the rest of his stats, he is looking absolutely brilliant. He's a value of $2 million, and we got him for $1 million, so that is an absolute steal. And then, seeing as we only have one goalkeeper, we go ahead and bring in backup goalkeeper Carcius from FC25. We are going to have to play him a little bit. That way he does not get recalled in January and we left keeperless. But for now, Carcius comes into the squad. Welcome as a free agent. We are not quite done with the transfer market, though. With roughly a month left before action, we have $222,000 on the bench, or on the transfer budget. We have 24 players in our squad. And yeah, we want to go. We want to sign players. We want to increase our squad. That's what something I do want to show, though, is our stat sheets that I didn't show last season. At the end of last season. So Sonny Cox is now the most appearance maker. He has 137, where Ben Fox has 130. Obviously, James DeBayo and Ben Fox have the most yellow cards. Gibson had the most red cards. We say goodbye to Gibson at the end of this season. Sonny Cox has the most 6. Ben Fox is in there, right there with 26. And Mr. Sonny Cox is only 8 goals away from scoring 100 goals. He's only 8 goals away from scoring 100 goals, Mr. Sonny Cox is. So he's going to be the first player to reach that 100 point. In only one season, Paul Mullen is our second top goal scorer. In only one season. That is absolutely absurd to see. So we say hello to that. Ben Fox was obviously the first to make 100 appearances at the very start of last season. And now Sonny Cox is more than likely going to be the first player to score 100 goals this season. And also, I have a new mod installed. It's simply just cosmetics here. And if we go to Serie A, you can see AC Milan is now branded as AC Milan. Atalanta is now Atalanta. And Inter Milan is now Inter Milan as well. And I think AS Roma is actually AS Roma as well. I think, was AS Roma always AS Roma? I think it was. But yes, we finally have, and Napoli is, well, Napoli has been Napoli this year. He's back to Napoli this year. So we have the right Italian squads as the right Italian squad names. Just wanted to show you all that. We go ahead and bring in another left midfielder, left winger as a backup. We bring him in as a free agent. That way we have him permanently instead of bringing in another loanee signing. Mr. Franklin Nanuente comes into the squad as a free agent. Welcome to Harrogate Town. And we say hello to a loanee. We go ahead and bring somebody in from Brentford on loan, a backup right winger for the Englishman in Alex Hope. It is another Englishman in the name of Tony Yogane coming to the squad for Harrogate Town on loan. We're paying 55% of his wages. Welcome to the club. In the first game of this season, we have Bobby Poynton leading the line alongside Sonny Cox and Alex Hope. Sonny Cox is already up to 71 overall, not 81, but 71 overall. Williams and Anderson in the midfield with Nurse, Deborah DeBayo, and Oskin as our back four, with obviously Chambers in net. And it's against the higher level of a championship squad, Burnley. This is not going to be a great opening game, but here we go. And let's try and start the season off on a high note. Don't know how good this season is going to be or how bad it's going to be. But we will try. We will give it a all. But we expect to get pummeled against at least this team. For sure against Manchester City. I'm borderline don't want to play that Manchester City game. But I kind of want to play the Manchester City game just to see how bad it will be. Amadudi. His shot is blocked. But he'll get his own rebound. And then his shot will be dragged wide. Williams into Bobby Poynton. We're going back to wing play, which I'm not used to. And obviously, Sonny Cox is back in that starting lineup. He's 8 goals away from reaching 100 goals in his career here at Harrogate Town. Paul Mullen is no longer on the bench. It is Bennett on the bench. Paul Mullen is part of the reserves. Obviously, getting older and aging. And obviously, having a great season last season. Maybe doing him a disservice of putting him on the reserves. We'll definitely play him as long as he's here, though. Cox out wide to Bobby. Bobby Poynton now. Fake cross because Alex Hope just didn't want to make any type of run. Williams. Castle. In for Max Anderson. And Max Anderson gets past Fran Gonzalez. And Max Anderson has his first goal in his debut here for Harrogate Town. Keeper has to save that, but he doesn't. And Harrogate Town take the lead 1-0. I mean, the keeper has to save this. He has to save that. It's at him. It's at him. Directly at him. Durdov is in behind. Nurse trying to get back. He'll find him. Dooney back to Nurse. Or back to Durdov, I should say. And it's 1-1. Corner here for Burnley. They're on the attack. The corner comes in. It's headed and it's out of bounds for a goal kick. Deborah into Ibrahim Williams. Williams into Bobby. And Bobby Poynton now out wide. Bobby Poynton. Can he find Cox? He does find Cox. And Cox is in the box. Cox. He's going to look to find. Was that Williams or Max Anderson? One of the two. And it's Anderson. It's 2-1. It's a brace for Max Anderson on his debut here at Harrogate Town. And we take the lead right before the break. We go into the halftime break, leading 2-1 here, unless they can score, obviously. Plus 2 minutes is on the score here. Mdouni now on the ball. Mdouni, how does he spin so easily like that? Shot is blocked by DeBayo. Durdov, cross comes in. Hannibal heads it wide, and halftime 2-1. Alex Hope. Alex Hope. Alex Hope into Sonny Cox, and he dragged it hella wide. Wow. Alex Hope turns beautifully, and Alex Hope now might be able to get past Moreno. And Alex Hope now down the right-hand side. And Alex Hope, can he cross it in for Sonny Cox? He does find Sonny Cox, but he misses. Or is it saved? It was saved. It's out for a corner. It's Leo Castledine in the box for Nurse, and off target. Hannibal. Brownhill on the ball now. Into Hannibal into Rashkin into Mdouni, back to Hannibal, and Mdouni is in behind, and Mdouni will strike, and Mdouni will score 2-2. I pulled out my defender a little bit too much, and they equalized, and they punished me for it. Raskin, Rosario, Brownhill, 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 Brownhill strikes. Brownhill does not score. It's out for a corner. Somebody's picking up a yellow card. Leo Castledine is picking up a yellow card. Corner here for Burnley. We're running out of time here. We could pick up a point here. That'd be a massive result, but it might not happen. It will not happen. Itakata goes ahead and gets a rebound goal off of the corner, and Burnley takes the lead here. It's 3-2 to the Clarets. And that will not be game over yet. Yogain gets the ball back, and Yogain now, can he find Bennett? He has to find Bennett. He doesn't. It's an awful ball. That is game over. Burnley win on the opening day here. It was a tight contest. It was ball to ball. Took the lead twice there. They obviously came back each time and then eventually took the end at the end there with a deflection goal in the corner. Good things to work on though. Harrogate Town 2, Burnley 3. First loss of the season. But that does give us hope that we could at least compete for mid-table-ish for this season as we almost draw to one of the best teams in the league. Carabao Cup game here. We are playing with a semi-rotated team here. Niente as the left wing. Cox as a striker. Yogain on the right-hand side. Leo Castledine, Fox and Adeniran in the midfield. Folds and Mark and Ashley as a center back with Oskin at right back. And then Carces as our keeper here against Charlton Athletic. Ayaya into Doherty. And Doherty with the Sardis to the first save. Or Sardis I should say. And it curves out of bounds for a corner. Castledine out wide for Uente, and Uente now is on the counter attack. Is that Ashley with them or is that Adeniran? That might be Adeniran. It doesn't matter because Uente just gets outpaced. Uente, where are you running to, buddy? Uente, where the heck did you just run to? 1-0 for Charlton Athletic. Uente out wide now on the left-hand side. Uente into Sonny Cox. Sonny Cox. On his right foot, Sonny Cox hits the post and does not equalize it, does not curl back in. And Sek is now in behind, and Sek looking to possibly double their lead. It won't work out, but it might as we hit the ball straight back to Doherty. Leo out wide for Yogain. Yogain crossed in for Sonny Cox. Not headed away, or it was headed away though, is what I should be saying. In halftime, 1-0 down to Charlton Athletic. What is going on there? Doherty. Out wide for Sek. Second to Adame. 2-0. Charlton Athletic are going to win. Max Anderson. Out wide for Bobby Point in. Bobby Point in. Crossed in for Leo. Leo into Paul. Paul Mullen will strike and Paul Mullen will score. 2-1. Leo Castle into Paul Mullen. It's our last effort here. And that will be game over. We are knocked out of the Carabao Cup. We lose to Charlton Athletic 2-1. Last game of the episode. It is Harrogate Town versus Stevenage here. We're going with our full-strength team that started the first game of the season. See if we can get our first win of the season in just the second league game. Obviously, a third game in totality, though, obviously. And it's going to start with them on the strong foot. Robert, strike to Chambers. Hope. Anderson, Leo, over the top for Williams. Williams headed away. Anderson will fall for it. Anderson, oh, wide. Hope cuts back, and Hope now down the right-hand side. Hope crossed in for Cox. It's an awful cross. Second ball, Bobby Point in, no. Roberts is in behind, and Roberts will miss. Anderson. Out wide for Hope. Butler's going to get there first. It's all about what we do on the second ball, and they actually did better than what I expected them to do. Phillips on the ball. Presley, and Chambers saves the corner. First corner of the day. Cox out wide for Bobby Pointon, and Bobby Pointon now down the left-hand side. It's still Bobby Pointon, and Bobby Pointon will save. It's Harrogate Town 1 and Stevenage 1-0. Edwards, shot saved by Chambers, can't clear it. Presley scores, and Stevenage instantly equalizes. It's 1-1. Castle into Cox, and Sonny Cox for his first goal this season. It's 2-1 for Harrogate Town. Goal number 93 of his career. And Harrogate Town take the lead back in their own hands. Edwards, that could be reckless. It might be reckless. It's a yellow card for DeBayo. Cox out wide for Williams. Williams in for Bobby Pointon, and now can we lead the counterattack? It is Bobby Pointon down the left-hand side, and Bobby Pointon in for Sonny Cox is an awful ball. Bobby Pointon, it's starting to come end-to-end here. It's Sonny Cox on the ball. Back out wide for Bobby, and Bobby Pointon saved. Alex Hope on the rebound, saved again. Why is Deborah taking the throw in now? Anderson, he's going to go in for Williams. Williams in for Castle. It was the right idea, just poor execution, but Leo will get it back into Bobby Pointon, and Bobby Pointon runs straight into the defender off the turn. And we will pick up the first win of the season. We take down Stevenage in a tight affair, 2-1 here against Stevenage. Bobby Pointon opened up the scoring. They instantly equalized, and then Sonny Cox with his first goal of the season sees us win 2-1 and pick up our first 3 points of the championship season. And that's going to be the end of this first episode here. We finished in 13th after 2 games. 1 win, 1 loss, 2-2 for each game. Well, not really, because that wouldn't make sense. 4 goals for, 4 goals against, 0 goal difference. Let me guess. Oh, Manchester City have only played 1 game and they won 3-0. Yeah, that's about going to go as good as I expected, to be honest. When do we play Manchester City? We do not play them in September. Do we play them in October? No, November? We don't play them until the end of November, so that won't be another couple episodes. Until then, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.